Oh yeah, here we go now. Here we go again. Oh boy, feel that. Feel that funky beat. Some of that Jamaica sound, you know? Feeling good. Oh yeah. How you feeling, all right? It's time for the Jesse T Show on KTNT Radio and TV Broadcasting, podcasting. Oh, you feel that junky Jamaican beat. Oh, it's so junky, baby. Ooh, yeah. That's the way to start off every show. Gotta feel it in your feet. Gotta get that rumpa-dumpa going, right? Little exercise. Good to have you back with me. The Brown Beauty is back on duty. Jesse T. Jesse Torrero, if you say it in Spanish. If you say it in Italian, it's Jesse Torrero. Either way is fine with me. It all comes out in the long run as Jesse T on Facebook.com/Jesse Torrero, as well as Instagram Live at Jesse Torrero and YouTube right here, Jesse Torrero live stream, Periscope. Also Tumblr, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google+, Pinterest, G+, Diggy, Reddit, and the world goes on and on and on. 23 social media sites we're hooked up to. It's time for the Jesse T Show. We are having it today, boy. We got a good show lined up for you. We're going to run the Brenda Holloway rebroadcast, but I got out of school. Actually, I had a big test today, a state test they had to take. They wanted just to make sure I was still well enough to function in society. So that's what they did. They gave me a Looney Tunes test. Right, sure they did. No, what they really actually did is I had to update my notary test, my notary license here in the state of California. And so I had to do a quick study today and then take the course. And on the 29th, coming up here next week, I've got to renew my loan broker's license. Yes, it's license time here in Southern California on the Jesse T Show. Let's say hi to some people here if I can see their names. It's so hard sometimes for me to see. Where's my magnifying glass? There. Let's see where did I put that magnifying glass? Did I hide that magnifying glass again? Oh, I think I found it. There it is. Yes, I need the I Spy glass, the big I Spy glass. You like that? Oh, I feel like Sherlock Holmes, you know? Oh, yes, this is Sherlock Holmes. But hey, let's say hi to some people here. Say hi to Teddy Tenacious Kraus. Yeah, I like that name. That's a double T Kraus. Cy Richardson. Cy Richardson is watching. Hey, you can check Cy all around. Go to his IMDb site. Cy Richardson, great actor, good pal of mine. Love him to death. He's just a wonderful guy. Remember in Repo Man? That was his big breakout movie with Emilio Estevez a long time ago. You know, I saw that at the Victory Street Drive-In in the San Fernando Valley. Man, it's gone now. There's a high school that sits there. What happened to drive-ins? I used to love going to drive-ins. Yeah. And I wouldn't be watching too much of the movie. But I know she'd be watching where my hands were going. That's for sure. Absolutely. Saying hi to Izzy Camilo and Paula Twitty Bushman, Marine veteran here. Do you ever cover veteran issues? Yeah, I do. In fact, we'll cover some more. In fact, here at thepowerofvoices.com, www.thepowerofvoices.com. Hey, thanks a lot, Paula, for talking about that, because we do cover a lot of veterans issues. But we have a special channel that we're starting up probably around summertime called the Military Channel. And we're going to have retired military personnel, psychologists, doctors helping folks with PTSD, also veterans there talking about the issues of the day and how we can help them out. It's going to be the Military Channel here on thepowerofvoices.com. And we're starting up a 24/7 Military Channel broadcast. In fact, we'll probably have ex-sergeants and ex-lieutenants and colonels and politicians in there to try to make some stuff happen. We're going to shake some trees up and take care of our veterans, because as far as I'm concerned, our veterans are not taken care of nowhere near how they should be. They should at least be doing stuff like they did at the end of World War II, creating that GI Bill for free education, also, a house with no money down, and just a lot of cool stuff that the veterans really got to get. After World War II, we kind of let our veterans down, and we got to pick them up, especially in our recent wars and struggles and battles and skirmishes. You know, the United States of America has had more wars than any other conquering and historical empire ever in the history of the planet Earth. We are always in war and always in battle somewhere around this world. That's what it takes in order to protect our value system and allow us to do like the Jesse T Show right here. And hey, man, right on, Paula. My father was a veteran of the USS Lexington in the Korean War. He flew a tanker plane off the USS Lexington to fill up the sorties that would be coming in, the first jets. My grandfather was a veteran, United States Army Corps of Engineers down in Panama. During World War II, he was a heavy equipment operator. He could drive anything that was heavy on the ground. I mean, he could drive anything, bulldozers to all kinds of land movers and everything. So what they did is they kept dredging that lake at the Panama Canal during World War II, but they also protected the East Coast and the West Coast from the Japanese U-boats coming and trying to torpedo the Panama Canal, as well as German subs trying to torpedo the Panama Canal. So my grandfather protected against that. So I come from a veteran family. So yes, we're going to be starting up that Military Channel. I can't wait to get on there and start talking some issues about veterans. We need to take care of them. We need to help them. We need to give them a new mission, folks. And one of the things that I've been talking about here ever since that big shooting in Florida is that we need to give our veterans a new mission. One of the things that cause PTSD, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, if you're a veteran, chime in on this. One of the things that cause PTSD is not only of course, the physical nature of it, and of course, the mental and social and emotional nature of war. And it has always affected all warriors through the history of time. Don't you think for 1 minute the cats in the Civil War didn't have PTSD, or shell shock, they used to call it in World War I and World War II. And don't you think for 1 moment that King Leonidas with the Spartan warriors, the Spartan 300 who defended Hell's Point right there against the Persian Empire, 250 to 300,000 Persian troopers coming against 300 to 1,200 Spartan warriors. Don't you think for 1 second the ones that survived that were sent back to Athens didn't have PTSD? When you are affected by war, no matter what war you're in, no matter what time in history, place, event, it doesn't matter. It affects the human psyche. It affects the human being. It does. It is a traumatic experience. Both every kinetic sense is violated, is absolutely brought to the extreme of its ability. And one of the things that happens so often to our veterans is when they do come back, they don't have a mission. You see, for years, veterans are over there doing their mission every day of the week, 24 hours 7, doing the mission. 1 year, 2 year, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 years, 30 years. Correct me if I'm wrong. They've got a mission going on. And we've got to give our folks a mission, gives them some substance. We got to pay them well when they get back. We got to take care of them. But most importantly, a man and a woman feels pride about themselves when they can have a new mission, when they can have a job, when they can have an education. And I've been saying since this Florida shoot around that this crazy maniacal nutcase did. I think there was more than one shooter, but that's another story. But we should put our veterans in there. We should put our veterans that want to do that kind of work. Give them a mission protecting the children of this great nation. God bless America and God's blue-green earth. And what a great honor these people would have, the ones that can and will and want to participate in that arena. Best protect every child in the nation with a retired military personnel, somebody who understands how to keep the eyes and ears open, checks the 360, check your back. You know what I'm talking about? That's what we need to do. And also, of course, our retired police officers as well. So Paul is chiming in on that. VA adds to the PTSD. Absolutely. They keep us running through all the red tape for care and disability. It is a horrible thing. True on the mission, very regimented. Missions are very regimented. One of the things we got to do is clean up the VA. I know President Trump is trying to. In the first year that he went in there, they fired a whole bunch of people, thousands and thousands of people. But the VA is a giant swamp. It's a giant swamp of bureaucrats and people who get paid to do their job and oftentimes not do more than their job. The VA is overwhelmed with veterans and overwhelmed with issues from these present wars to wars gone past. Even the GIs and the guys and cats and girls that came back from World War II, they're pushing 100 years old now. My father's in his mid-80s in Korea. The Vietnam veterans are in their mid-70s to upper 60s. Even the Afghan and the Iraqi war veterans are pushing 50 now. They're in their mid-40s and late. And, of course, youngsters coming out of the Marine Corps, Army, Navy, Coast Guard, Air Force, and our military today. They're youngsters. So we need to do more at the VA. I wish we could just take everybody in the VA and fire them and make them do what like the private sector does. Hey, you do a good job, you keep your job. You do a bad job, you're out. That's it. Goodbye. See you later. And we pay our people good in the Veterans Administration to do a good job. It should be on merit, just like anything in the world, but they don't. They get stuck and rooted in there and they just don't care. It's just something that needs to be really cleaned up. I know President Trump has been trying to, God bless his soul and God bless America, for President Trump. At least he's adding to the military budget, and at least he's trying to do some things that he can, but he has an uphill battle to swamp. This swamp is so thick, full of rats and varmints and critters. Let me tell you, it's so thick. But, for 50 years, 60 years, we haven't done too much. We got to do more. That's my feelings on that. So you got to check out the military channel coming up here on thepowerofvoices.com. We'll let you know as we start advertising and promoting that. It's going to be a great channel for maybe you, Paula, to come on in, chime in, call in, Skype in. We're going to have a lot of interactivity. We want to hear your issues. We want to solve some problems. We want to take care of our guys and gals that came back because they took care of us. God bless you, Paula. And I honor your service in the greatest nation of the world and the greatest military of the world. I honor your service, and let's see what we can do to make it better for you at the VA. They're all about that, okay? So look forward to that military channel. We're going to be cutting some ground, slapping some faces, and kicking some ass. That's what I'm going to do, because that's what Jesse T does. Yeah, baby, absolutely. Swamp needs to be drained. Protect the whistleblowers and the good doctors and Lebanon vets. Us in our absolutely, man. The swamp does need to be drained. We need to protect those that are protecting us. And but it's the bad ones, and we got to get rid of them. So that's what we're going to do, Paula. So you keep looking for that. And anytime you want to chime into the Jesse T Show from 5 to 6 and bring up veterans issues, I'll be happy to talk about that as long as I have to, because I come from a warrior family. I am a warrior. I didn't serve in combat, but I've studied warrior and combat my whole life, and I certainly fought in the streets of Los Angeles for a lot of years growing up. So, but look at nothing is like a veteran who gave their life or was willing to give their life for you and me. For you and me to do what it is that we do. We have the greatest nation in the world. We have to have the greatest military in the world. We have to take care of our military people. And so if you disagree with me, hey, I'll meet you in the back alley anytime you want to. Hey, the Brown Beauty's on duty. Jesse T with you. Right on. Okay, so let's say hi to Malia Burnell, who has us on. Hi, Malia. Thanks a lot. And Renee Korabach has us on. She says military deserve our respect. Yeah, they do deserve our respect. Absolutely. Respect is a word, R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Aretha Franklin used to sing about that. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. You got to have some respect for me, right? And that's what it's all about. Respect and honor. Respect and honor. That's what it is. And we have to learn to allow them to respect themselves and honor their contribution. So saying hi to, let's see who's checking in with us here. Saying hi to Scott Malik. Hey, Scott, what's happening, buddy? Renee is back with us there. And John Nicastro. Yeah, I'm doing the old one-eye search because I don't have the right glasses on. I'm doing the one-eye search on Facebook over here. Hey, everybody got to start chiming in on Instagram Live at Jesse Torrero. We're live there and also on YouTube. Good to have us along with us as we just kind of have an open time here. In fact, let's see who else. Mark Morales is checking in. Thanks a lot, Mark. James Quinn, Helen Henning, Sean O'Brien. Top of the evening to you, Mr. O'Brien. That's right. Okay, so let's kind of move on and see what we can talk about. Who else is checking in with us? Dennis Jenkins, Mohammed Hussan Jr., and Dean Olson. Excuse me there very much. All right. Let's see what we got cooking here. All right. Let's kind of check out and see what's happening around the world today. And because I've kind of been not near it too much here. And excuse me, I got to blow my nose. Yeah, that's right. If you've never seen a guy on TV or the radio blow their nose, you're going to hear it and see it. I told you, the Jesse T Show is live. I don't hide anything. Nothing. It's all right here in front of you. You guys can judge it. I got to blow my nose. Don't you hate it when you got to blow your nose and you got things way up here, you know? It's like, come on out, man. You got to really blow your nose. And if I blow my nose too hard, I'm going to be blowing blood, you know? Don't you just hate it when something gets way up in there and you can't get it out? Man, you're not a kid. You don't want to be sticking your fingers up your nose, right? Especially when you boxed a lot when you were a kid growing up and you broke your nose a couple of times. See, I have a soft nose. See, my nose can do a lot of things. Only my nose knows what my nose knows. But my nose knows this, is that it's soft. I never broke it here, but I snapped this cartilage right here several times. And what happened is it gets all clogged up in there as you get older. And, okay, so much for blowing my nose and my dissertation about blowing noses. Okay. Saying hi to Linda and, hey, saying hi to a whole bunch of people who have us coming up here on the Jesse T Show. So let's see what's going on here in the world. As I said, today I wasn't going to be on the air live. We were going to run a rebroadcast from my good buddy Brenda Holloway. But we had a little technical difficulty. And I got off early from my test because I did my test to extend and renew my notary license. So let's kind of see what's going on in the news here. And let's see here. Let's see what's happening. Anything interesting in the news happened today? And I'm not going to talk. Hey, Matt Lawler was dealt another blow amid reports he's eyeing a comeback. Oh, Matt Lawler. Oh, yeah, that's the guy we really want on the air, huh? The disgraced former Today Show host this is a guy who liked to show his penis off in his shorts to people while he was changing clothes. The disgraced former Today Show host has been scrubbed from world-renowned steakhouse The Palm. Okay, so he's not an A-lister anymore, and they're taking him off all the promotion and all of the endorsements and stuff like that. All right, no problem with that. The Palm quietly erased Lawler's caricature a month ago, which is nearly 3 months after he was fired from the Today Show, showing a complaint of inappropriate sexual behavior in the workplace. I mean, really, come on, guys. I never understand that. What is it, guys? And maybe girls, ladies, you can explain this to me, because I can't explain it to myself. What is it about guys liking to show their penises off at work and to girls? I mean, is this like, you know, do the women really want to see your little meat stick in your boxer shorts? I mean, seriously, what gets them off? Why do you think they do that? I can never understand that. You know, I don't get it. I don't get it. Even when I was a teenager, I didn't get that. Now, obviously, if you're, you know, when you're in your 20s and 30s, you know, and when you got a girl and, you know, you're hot and heavy and you guys are having fun, you know, that might be a different thing. But, you know, to open the door and you're standing there buck naked, or in your shorts or your boxers or your skivvies, you know, and what is it? I mean, seriously? Well, something I've been saying along here. What do you say, Paula? Yeah, it is a mental issue. Yeah, Linda says it's a mental issue too. I don't get it. I just, you know, no one wants to see your junk, man. Nobody wants it. It's like, look it. Everybody's seen junk before, and nobody wants to particularly see yours. Now, if you're engaged in a relationship with somebody, that's a different thing. I get it. It's not a big problem. I mean, it's consenting. Okay, got it. You're going to see her junk. She's going to see your junk. You're going to have a little junk-a-lock. You know, you talk about junk food. You guys are going to be eating some junk food. I get it. But nobody, you know, to open the door and say, you know, here I am. What do you think? Or to yeah, it's called blowing your nose. Okay, you know, sometimes you get that one that just sticks in there, drives you crazy. Right? Can you believe it? I'm 57 years old. I don't know. I just don't. I don't know. I don't get it anymore. Look at, how about this one? I have been saying this right along. Uber's cool and Lyft is cool. You know, that's cool. I dig it. But there's something about turning my life over, the liability over, and my life over to a car that doesn't have anybody driving in it but a computer. You know, that just doesn't make sense to me right now. I understand robots and war and all that stuff, and the police use robots for taking apart bombs and stuff, but have you guys ever driven in Los Angeles traffic? Have you ever experienced Los Angeles traffic? You guys that are creating these driverless cars, do you have any concept of what the traffic is like here in Los Angeles? It is beyond the understanding of anything. Traffic in LA is like a psychopath's mind. If you want to know what a psychopath looks like, go up in a plane about 10,000 feet up and look at the congested highways of Los Angeles, and you will see the most psychopathic behavior you've ever seen. That stuff comes out of nowhere, like Tourette syndrome. You know, look, right? Just, are you crazy? There is absolutely no way in my mind that I can accept driving in a car at 55 miles an hour without a driver. Not yet. Not in Los Angeles. Maybe out in Oklahoma, or, you know, where you have long highways of nothing but cornfields and wheat fields and radishes and lettuce. But then what happens when the cow decides to come across the road out of nowhere? Right? Right? I'm sorry. Well, it happened. There was a driver that was killed by an Uber car that had no driver, a driverless Uber car. The first one was killed, dead, kaput, over with. And the person was on a bicycle when it happened. And so Uber, of course, has pulled everything off the markets that were automatic cars. But wasn't that inevitable? I mean, you know your luck has run out. It's bad enough to get killed by a guy who's drunk driving. It's bad enough to get killed going down the freeway by a guy who crashes into you while you're driving your car. But to get killed by a car that has nobody driving? I'm sorry. That does not equate. It is amazing. Just amazing to me. And who cares, by the way, if Donald Trump likes to have sex with porn stars? Who cares? I don't care. Do you care? Do you really care that he likes to have sex with porn stars? Hey, he wasn't president when he did it. Not like, Slick Willie Billy Clinton, who was getting a BJ in every room in the White House that he could possibly manufacture. Or JFK, who had the CIA and the Treasury Department bringing in all kinds of girls in the dead of night through the tunnels of the White House. So Donald Trump likes to have sex with porn stars. Okay. Well, the president before Lincoln was gay. Did you know that? And upon his nomination for presidency and his winning the presidential run, he and his lover were going to move in the White House together. Did you know that one? I bet you didn't. There's a lot of things that I can teach you here on the Jesse T Show. I've just got so much crap rolling around in this head of cocktail trivia, I got to get it out. Otherwise, I talk in my sleep and keep everybody up. But yeah, and his lover, his mate for life, died. And he was totally depressed for 4 years. And that's why he threw his hands up in the air and waved them like he just didn't care. And he said, the heck with America. The Union is going to split from the South. And I don't care anymore. It's doomed. And that's when Lincoln won the presidency. The first Republican president, by the way. But I don't care. I don't care who you want to have sex with. But just don't have it on business hours. Like in the Oval Office. Oh, Monica. Oh, Monica. Monica. Feels like young Frankenstein when she goes, oh my God. Right? I'm telling you. Our world's just twisted around on what's important and what's not. And of course, there's no collusion. Nothing happening there. No, absolutely not. So, they're just on this giant witch hunt, and they're trying to tag everybody into everything. But let's talk about Obama-rama. Obama-rama, oh boy, I'm about ready. There's a new book out, and you got to get this book, guys. And it is a great book. I'm going to buy it this weekend. I actually do go into bookstores. I don't know. I love bookstores. I was just reading some comments. You can't see those comments. Thank you. No, I'm not going to play them for you. This is a Jesse T Notes. You guys ever, this is how my mind works. Okay, ready? I'm going to show you. Instagram, YouTube. Is my mind just full of congestion? It was terrible when I was in college a long time ago when the Dead Sea was alive. I had to take my notes, right? We didn't have computers or anything. We weren't allowed to have tape recorders. We had to write notes down. And if I didn't write my notes immediately when I got home after school and write them, rewrite them, or type them, actually, I typed them. If I didn't do that, I couldn't read them the next day. Couldn't do it. It's bad enough that you can't read your own writing, but it's bad enough you can't read somebody else's writing. It's bad enough you can't read your own writing, man. Let me tell you. Yeah, there's a book called, you got to buy this book, okay? It's a brand new book by this author. I'm going to give it to you here in a second if I can find it in my notes. What did I tell you? In my notes. Oh, tomorrow on Roundup Wound Up, I have gone and I have rounded up the Bob or Robert Mitchum family. That's right, one of the greatest iconic actors of all time, the first bad boy of Hollywood. His family's going to be checking in with us tomorrow. His granddaughter and maybe his son are going to be checking in. Bob Mitchum's family is going to be checking. They're doing a big Bob Mitchum family revival. They're going to get together all the Mitchum clan, and they've got a movie that they're going to be doing about Bob Mitchum's life, a movie about Robert Mitchum. If you guys have never seen Robert Mitchum act, you've got to see him act, man. He's been in like 400 pictures. This was iconic. This guy was at the level of, Henry Fonda, John Wayne, Cary Grant, Burt Lancaster, Kirk Douglas, Bob Mitchum. That's where these guys were at. His family, his daughter's coming, and we're going to reminisce about Bob Mitchum. Oh, that's going to be so cool. I rounded him up, and I'm winding him up tomorrow. Dan the Man's going to be with me, and we're going to do Roundup Wound Up, but this time featuring Bob Mitchum and all those great stories. Oh, man. You haven't heard stories until you hear stories of the grand old Hollywood. Oh, that is so... The old Hollywood is nothing like it is today. You think there's a lot of cat chasing around today? Oh, man. When the Jewish gangsters owned Hollywood, yeah, those were the movie moguls because they were all funded by New York gangsters. Okay, when they owned Hollywood, oh man, you just had no idea. Oh, it was unbelievable. So you got to check it out tomorrow, live here at 5. We're going to be in studio down at the station down by Sony. I'm still looking for this. I can't believe I can't find this. This drives me crazy every time. Peter Schweitzer. That's the book. Peter Schweitzer. You got to get that book. His newest book. He was the one that wrote Clinton Cash, and his new book is all about today's corruption. It is a terrific book. Yes, I think I'm getting to it here. Peter Schweitzer. It's about the corruption of John Kerry, Vice President Biden, Mitch McConnell, a Republican, and Obama. Okay? Oh my goodness. They are so good at corrupting the money out of the United States government, these guys. It's beyond my brain. I mean, look, I put deals together in the real estate business, but these guys, oh, they're so slick. I'm telling you. Anyway, okay. So I wanted to tell you about that show tomorrow. Let's see. What else we got going on here? Oh, my goodness. Did you see this one? A plane landed on the USS aircraft carrier, on a U.S. Navy aircraft carrier, the USS Abraham Lincoln. The only difference, it was a non-American plane. It was a Finnish plane. Looks like about an F-16. And it landed for the first time on a USA aircraft carrier. That's like one of the first times that's ever happened. Oh, this weekend coming up is the Los Angeles County Air Show. You have got to go to LA County Air Show. It's happening out in the Lancaster Antelope Valley over at Fox Airport. That's kind of where they do it. The LA County Air Show. Check it out. It's a lot of fun. If you've never been to a military air show and a private air show, you are missing something so exciting. When those big jets whoosh by you, Paula will tell you that. Anybody in the Navy or Air Force or who served will tell you that when those jets whoosh by you, there's nothing more exciting than that. And also, there's nothing more relieving than when those A-10 Warthogs come down, or those Gatling guns up in those C-14s, man. I'm telling you, man. Oh, yeah. Love that. Love that. God bless America. You know what I'm talking about? Absolutely. So let's see what's going on over here on this side here as we start to wrap up the Jesse T Show in a few minutes. You can go online at facebook.com/Jesse Torrero, and you can check out Brenda Holloway and the show we were going to run. Yeah, hero welcome. A salute. out to the officer who stopped the Maryland school shooter. That's right. Did you hear about that? Officer 34-year-old Blaine Gaskill, a veteran sheriff's deputy with SWAT in Maryland, interceded and stopped a terrible, terrible thing that was about to happen. A 6-year St. Mary's County Sheriff's Deputy Gaskill worked as a school resource officer. Now, this was a resource officer that was a hero. He didn't stand out like they did in Florida, those cowards. I don't care any way you paint it. Those guys were cowards. Cowards. What if there was their kid in there? When they want somebody to run in there that's trained, cowards, 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 and they should be treated as cowards. They should be stripped, tarred, and feathered, and hung from a tree. They're cowards. Absolute shame for the rest of their life. This guy was not. A school resource officer at Great Mills High School in August, he's credited with stopping gunman Austin Wyatt Rollins, who shot a 16-year-old female student. He had a prior relationship with. Authorities said a 14-year-old male student was also injured. Gaskill and Rollins, 17, fired a shot at exactly the same time, and it's unclear whether Rollins committed suicide or died from Gaskill's bullet. You talk about Wild Wild West. Man, Gaskill faces Rollins, they pull and they draw, they shoot at the same time, and Rollins, thank God, dropped dead right there and died later on in the hospital. Right on, right on. Hoorah, hoorah, aroo, aroo, right on. Absolutely. Blaine Gaskill. Yeah, man, right on. Now, that's a hero. I got him posted up on my Facebook page, .com/Jesse Torrero. I love heroes. I love them. I love them. I love them. That's Grandpa. So let's tell Grandpa I'm on the air. Hey, Grandpa, I'm on the show right now. So can I call you back? Okay. Grandpa says it's very important, so I got to call him back. Grandpa T says it's very, very important. Hey, 86 years old. You got to love him, right? That's my dad. The greatest man I've ever met in my lifetime. My hero. My absolute hero. He is a man's man. The strongest, most intelligent, wise man. 86 years old. I still seek his counsel. And what a father. What a provider. What a spouse to my mother. What a husband. What a man. What a great, great man, my father. My father changed his life. My mother was his only sweetheart, was his soulmate, was his angel. And she died at 57. My father's been alone since he was 60. My mom died of Lou Gehrig's disease. And my father is a hero. He showed me. Let me tell you what he said to me. And I'm going to tell you, I'll share this with you guys, okay? I hope I can get through it. And then we're going to call it an end to the Jesse T Show here. But I hope I can get through this. It's very hard for me, even over 20 years later after my mom passed. On August 23rd, in 1993, August 23rd is my birthday. I was 33 years old on August 23rd, 1993. And I went over to my folks' house, as I always did as an adult, because my mom would always have a card with $20 in it for me, you know, and a little birthday cake, happy birthday, son. And I'd give my mom a hug and kiss, my dad a hug and kiss, and we'd hang out a little bit. And, just a nice little soft celebration. Nothing big. And I had great celebrations growing up. I mean, I had the celebrations of birthdays. So I went up to the front door of my mom and dad's house, the house I grew up in. And I went to open the front door, and my dad opened the front door. Now, that doesn't mean anything to you guys, but you got to understand something. My dad came from Chicago. He grew up in the streets. He had one of these. You understand what I'm saying? One of those on his right pinky. Okay? All right? You understand what I'm talking about? Italian in Chicago. You got it? Okay? He was running numbers when he was 6 years old for the Goomba. Okay?